Calm authority isn't passive. It's the quiet force that steadies teams, directs decisions, and transforms chaotic moments into opportunities. Welcome to Coaching Talk series. This is where we explore how personal growth and professional leadership meet in the real world. Each episode is an invitation to think differently, lead with greater clarity, and live with purpose. And whether you're leading a team, building a business, or shaping your next year and your next chapter, this is your space to learn, reflect, and grow, one conversation at a time. Hi, I'm Richard Fontenay, and today we're unpacking a leadership style that is often misunderstood, underestimated, and undertaught. Leading with calm authority. Oh, and before I forget, join me in my other podcast, Speaking from the Heart and Affiliate Marketing Secrets. The links are below. And now, where was I? Oh yes. A study from the Harvard Business Review found that leaders who remain calm under pressure increase team performance by 23%. And according to Daniel Goleman, calm is contagious. His work on emotional intelligence shows that emotional regulation in leaders directly shapes the emotional culture of teams. Yet calm authority is not about being soft, it's about being solid. It's about creating unity, demonstrating control, and cultivating competency, and practicing stillness even when the world is unraveling. So let's dig in. Here's key point number 1. Calm authority creates unity. Now, unity doesn't happen because a leader demands it. Unity happens because a leader embodies it. I recall leading a team through a messy strategic process. Everyone was anxious. Things were not coming together, and we still had 3 hours to go. One team member suggested that we should forget the whole process. I took a deep breath, leaned forward, and said quietly, "We're not going anywhere. We're going to pull together step by step." And then I said, "Let's take a break and come back tomorrow morning, rested, and tackle this one more time." And that moment changed everything. In the morning, people were calmer and more relaxed, and the planning process continued without a hitch. And after it was over, the CEO said to me, "I didn't think you were going to pull this one off, but you did. It was your calm approach and giving people time to regroup. That's what really did it. Thank you." Now, my takeaway from that experience was that unity is born from presence and not pressure. And calm authority gives people space to relax with focus. So in business and the workplace, unity means giving your team space to grow with fewer silos, improved collaboration, and fewer turf wars. And in life, unity looks like emotional steadiness in all our relationships, whether in families, friendships, partnerships, or even self-talk. And point number 2, calm authority demonstrates control without controlling. Control is not the same as being controlling. A 2022 Gallup report shows that teams with leaders who offer composed direction experience 31% reduction in stress-related errors. Control in this context means self-discipline first and direction second. And here's another story. It's about a vice president who walked into a meeting where 2 department heads were in a heated argument. Instead of raising his voice or slamming solutions on the table, he stood silently, placed both hands on the back of a chair and waited. He just waited. And within seconds, both people quieted down. And they later admitted that they didn't know what he was going to say, but they knew it mattered. That's calm authority. Not force, not intimidation, just presence. Control comes from being anchored, not from overpowering others. Key point number 3. Calm authority enhances your competency. Now, competency is confidence in motion. Leaders who stay calm think more strategically and process information more clearly and make better decisions. Neuroscience studies from MIT reveal that calm states increase cognitive flexibility and reduce decision fatigue by up to 40%. Now that matters when the stakes are high. But competency also inspires trust. People trust leaders who know what they're doing, but they trust even more deeply those who can remain centered when they're doing it. Now, you can be brilliant, but if you panic, no one follows your brilliance. Calm makes competency visible. And key point number 4, stillness is your secret leadership advantage. Now, most leaders today are overstimulated, overscheduled, and overwhelmed. Stillness is almost radical, but stillness is not inactivity. Stillness is the leader's ability to create inner space before they speak, act, or decide. Steve Jobs of Apple fame once said, "If you sit and observe, you will see how restless your mind is." Now, he preached silence and stillness as part of his leadership rhythm. Stillness shows you how to regulate your emotional patterns, respond instead of reacting. It gives weight to your words, and you can avoid accidental damage as a result. When leaders practice stillness for over 30 seconds, the environment shifts and changes. Think of stillness as your switch to internal power. Key point number 5, how to lead with calm authority. In other words, let's talk about the process. Calm authority is not a talent, it's a skill. And here are the practical steps. 1, slow the pace of your words. People interpret calm speech as confident and deep thinking. This immediately shifts the atmosphere. 2, use stillness before important statements. Pause and let the silence gather attention for you. 3, regulate your body language. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw, ground your feet, and this way you will lead with calmness, not just your ideas. And number 4, choose anchoring phrases. Now, these phrases that stabilize a moment. For example, let's take this one step at a time, just like I did up in the example that I gave on sick sessions. Now, here's what we're doing to focus on right now. Another way is we have options, and let's explore them. And 5, practice a daily calm reset. According to the Mayo Clinic, just 2 minutes of intentional breathing reduces cortisol levels by up to 36%. Calm authority begins long before you walk into the room. And that's why leaders often dedicate 30 minutes in their morning routine to center themselves through meditation and mindfulness. So what are the applications for business, work, and life? Well, in business, calm authority eliminates panic-driven decisions. It strengthens team confidence and aligns people around shared purpose. Clients trust leaders who are composed. And in the workplace, calm authority reduces escalating conflict, increases psychological safety, and sets an emotional tone for stability. And this leads to better communication, fewer errors, and higher morale. And in life, calm authority shows up as self-leadership, improves conversations and parenting, partnerships, and personal confidence. It teaches you to respond with clarity rather than react with fear. Calm authority is not just a leadership tool, it's a life management philosophy. Now, as we wrap up in today's coaching talk, remember this. Calm authority isn't about being the quietest person in the room. It's about being the most centered. When you lead with unity, grounded control, intentional competency, and purposeful stillness, you don't just guide people, you anchor them. Now let me leave you with this short metaphor. Now if you ever watched Canadian geese flying overhead, you'll notice something subtle. The leader at the front isn't flapping harder than everyone else. They're actually the calmest bird in the formation. Their wings move in steady, measured strokes. No rush, no panic, and no drama. And yet, because of that calm, every bird behind them falls naturally into rhythm. They know exactly how to align, position themselves and keep the formation strong. The leader sets the tone, not through force, but through presence. Not by shouting, but by staying steady. Not by demanding unity, but by embodying calm authority so fully that unity forms on its own. And that's your invitation for today. Lead like the goose at the front of the formation. Lead with steadiness, and lead with intention, and lead with a calmness that others can borrow when they're lost on their own. Now here's your call to action. This week, practice one moment of leadership stillness every day. One deliberate pause before you speak, decide, react, or respond. Anchor yourself first and watch how others align around you. Because calm is contagious. Calm authority, that is your calm authority, has the power to shift rooms, restore teams, and reshape outcomes. Now, don't miss our next coaching talk episode, Making an Impact Through Service. Greatness doesn't shout, it whispers. We're going to explore the quiet service-centered leadership model that leaves a legacy long after the noise fades. And until then, stay steady, stay centered, and lead with calm authority. I'm Richard Fontenay. See you next Wednesday, if not before. Bye now.